Welcome, everybody. This is the People's Music Network Song and Poetry Swap, and it is November 12th, almost 4 o'clock p.m. Yeah, we've been doing, that's in the Eastern time zone here in the United States, and we've been doing this kind of sharing process with the People's Music Network for many months. And it has been really an incredible opportunity for artists from all over the United States, but all over the world too. And we're going to have some international guests with us today to share songs of freedom and struggle. We are the People's Music Network. I'm the executive director of PMN. And we are here to sustain and grow a diverse community of performing artists, activists, and allies who use music, poetry, and other art forms in the struggle for justice and peace. But we're also about, the craft of song making. We're about sharing and challenging one another, because I don't think there's any, final answer to what is an important thing to sing about, what is the right way to write a song. But I do think that in community, when we encounter each other as fellow artists and on an equal basis, we're able to actually do something with the craft of the songs that moves it somewhere that I think can be very, very interesting. So I'm really looking forward to everybody's songs today. I want to go over a few of the logistics. We are live streaming the event, and in a little bit, I'll actually post into the Zoom chat how you can share the live stream both on Facebook and YouTube, and lyrics. We have the lyrics posted on the live stream description, and that's just a Google Drive folder, and you can actually find all the lyrics that were submitted ahead of time, and check like what are the words there as people are singing the songs. And this is also a space of offering one another encouragement, so you can definitely use the chat at any time to share a reflection or a response to something that you hear today. But also, when you are about to perform, one of the things we try to do in this song swap format is really make a special effort to listen to that artist that performed right before you, and then make the first thing you say when you come on stage, I mean, it's just Zoom, right? But to be like a recognition of what you just heard, like something in that last song that moved you, or that you noticed, or that struck you as interesting. We're just trying to keep those comments on the brief side, positive side, and kind of focus on your experience as a listener of hearing that song. And then we're just trying to stick to 5 minutes today per act. And, we can be pretty snappy with all this stuff. And it's just great to have everybody here. So I want to welcome the 14 folks or so who are on Zoom with us, and all the folks who are joining us on YouTube as well as Facebook Live. Just want to say to the live stream audience, we are a membership organization. You can join the People's Music Network at peoplesmusic.org. And with that, I want to bring on our first performer for this swap. Her name is Jane Fallon. How are you, Jane? It's good to see you.
Yeah. There I go. I mute myself.
There you go.
Okay. So it's
Welcome.
different every time you do things. Sometimes you unmute yourself. Anyway, thank you, Ben, for that wonderful introduction. Since I don't have anybody singing before me, I'll just compliment you on that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much for your leadership and your organization for these kinds of things. There's a picture behind me that represents my song, which is brand new, and it's in honor of Native American History Month. And I'm living in Florida now and learning some new things about the state. And I also am a cattle rancher's daughter from the West Coast. So I was interested in the Indian cowboys and the history, the lineage that they have that people don't understand often, and realize that in America, that's the first cowboys were most likely American Indians. The cattle came over from Spain, and they took it to their own self to be these Seminole cowboys. And so that's what my song is, and I'm trying for the first time a backing track off my iPhone from the wonderful musician Doug Kortler in the Boston area. He just finished this for me today, and I'm putting it out here, so let's just see how it goes, all right? As As a child he heard the tales about the Spanish conquistadors, how they loaded up the cattle into hollow ships and sailed from foreign shores, and how his native ancestors made the cattle all their own. It beats within his heart, it's deep within his bones, and you can tell by the way he sits his horse and guides his herd each day. You can hear it in his voice as he urges them on, see it in his eyes as he scans the land. It's in his DNA. He's a Seminole cowboy. He was riding up Okeechobee Way before he was 10. Born to a long line of cow keepers, women and men. And as the cattle graze in the Florida heat, in the grassland wild and free, he knows that he is home, no place he'd rather be. And you can tell by the way he sets his horse and guides his herd each day. You can hear it in his voice as he urges them on, see it in his eyes as he scans the land. It's in his DNA. He's a Seminole cowboy. He doesn't do it for the money, just does what he loves, takes off his hat and thanks the Lord above. Swampy marsh and savanna spread far as the eye can go. Spurs jingle and cicada whine, you can hear the cattle low. The tribes worked here for centuries, been chased away and died, survived to leave a legacy of Seminole pride. And you can tell by the way he sits his horse and guides his herd each day. You can hear it in his voice as he urges them on, see it in his eyes as he scans the land. It's in his DNA. You can tell by the way he sits his horse, he's a Seminole cowboy. Thank you, thank you. Is that balance okay on that?
It worked out okay.
Okay.
It was what a charming song, Jane.
Thank you.
That was absolutely beautiful, beautifully sung. And yes, you could just hear your voice just enough. And what an important song too. Thank you for doing that. It's important to recognize that most cowboys and people who do other types of menial labor were people of color, in fact, of one variety or another. And so I really thank you for that so much. My song picks up on that. We might have noticed that race has taken a resurgence of problematic dimensions recently. The problem of racial hatred, that is. So this song is called The Bigotry Blues. And Ben, go ahead and stop me if there's any sound problems, okay? All right. They don't like blacks and they don't like Jews. They don't like me and they don't like you. They don't like jazz, they just can't swing. They have so little knowledge, it's a dangerous thing. They don't know nothing and they never did. And everything they do is what God forbid. Yes, God forbid everything they do. Jesus wouldn't like them, and they haven't a clue. We did not see it coming. 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 The bigotry blues. They want respect but are disrespectful. Can't accept that they're not successful. They don't know what they're talking about, but that don't stop them screaming and shouting. They want war and they want it now. Hating everybody, it's their sacred cow. I guess we should have known from the war drums drumming, but I swear I did not see it coming. We 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 did not see it coming. The bigotry blues. We did not see it coming. We did not see it coming. Look what we lose. We won't get to choose. We did not see it coming. The bigotry blues. Did not see it coming. The bigotry blues. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Hey, Jason, another
Yes.
winner from you. That was great.
Thanks now.
The play on words.
As we say down here in the South, that's a good earn.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if they would appreciate it down here, but
Right.
there's people that would.
We're looking at two of them.
Okay, well, we're going to show video, right? Ben, you got the link for that, right?
Oh, I missed something there. I'm sorry, Michael and Nell. So you guys have a pre-recorded video, and I'll check the link. Sorry if I missed that. Do you want me to get that queued up and we go to the next performer, and then we come back to you?
Sure, that would work.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Okay, all right.
Cool. All right. So, false alarm, friends. Our next act is actually right there. People see the order, right? So it's actually John Kloss, and we're going to come back to Michael and Nell in just a bit. So, welcome, John Kloss.
Ben.
How you doing?
Can
Hey.
you hear me? Hope you can. hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
great.
hear you.
Okay. Yeah, the bigotry blues. Yeah. Well, I'm wearing this hat because every child matters. I don't know whether you can see it, but every child matters, and that's because there's a lot of bigotry against Native people in Canada, where I'm living. And one of the things they did was they put them in residential schools, and the residential schools were just full of disease and abuse, and a lot of young children died, and those young children were buried without markers on their graves. So they're trying to find out where the bodies are now. That's why every child matters. So I'm John Kloss. I'm from the Sudbury, Ontario, which is on the territory of the Anishinaabeg people, and mainly the Atikameksheng and the Wanapitei First Nations in our area, as well as the Métis people in this area. So I'd like to give a shout out to them. And the song I'm going to do today was written by Iris Dement fairly recently. It's called How Long? As you can tell by my grizzled veneer here, I've been around for a long time, and when I heard this song, it really spoke to me a lot. And I don't sing it like Iris Dement, though, so you got to check out the Iris Dement tunes. She's quite good at this stuff. Someone asked a question once of Martin Luther King. How long do you stay the course and dream your dream? When it seems evil's won and greed is on the throne, and you feel like the silent voice in the wilderness alone. How long? How long? Till that justice rolls down like water. Justice rolls down like water. Justice rolls down like water, and righteousness starts flowing like a mighty stream. Little boy about 10 years old sits watching his TV. He's alone most every night till 2 or 3. Though his mama works 2 jobs, she still can't make ends meet. Sees the fat cats lie and steal, and they always go scot-free. He says, how long? How long? Till that justice rolls down like water. Justice rolls down like water. Justice rolls down like water, and righteousness starts flowing like a mighty stream. I usually do this with a group of people, but it's hard to fit them into this small space. Power, greed, and profit, they will never heal the soul. These 3 shovels have dug us a deep, dark hole. Compassion, understanding, and living one for all. And all for one, that's what it's gonna take to break this fall. Oh, how long? How long? Till that justice rolls down like water. Justice rolls down like water. Justice rolls down like water, and righteousness flows like a mighty stream. Yeah, so how long, eh?
Bravo, John.
Thanks very much. Thanks.
And welcome back to PMN. It's good to see you back. I want to bring on our next performer, Linda Allen. Do you have a word for John Kloss?
Oh, justice rolls down like water. I would love to have been singing along with you, John. It was that was great. I love good choruses in a strong song. So thank you. So the song I'm going to present in the context of yesterday being Veterans or Remembrance Day, I actually did this video for a group in Canada. Oh, I'm from Bellingham in Washington State. I did this for a group in Canada that was holding a wreath-laying ceremony in honor of the unacknowledged victims of war and of violence. And I think we call it Veterans Day here, but it's also called Remembrance Day. And so this song was remembering all of the people who have come up from our southern border in the U.S. In pursuit of the dream the promise that we as a country had, that you would find shelter, that you would find safety, and to see how that dream has not been honored. So it's a song called Mi querida hija, my dear daughter, where are you? And so this is the video.
They say run, hija, run, run for the border. They've taken your husband, your son, and your father. Our lives were in danger, so we ran for the border, me and my daughter, to live among strangers. Mi querida hija, ¿dónde estás? Mi querida hija, ¿dónde estás? The journey was long, and we barely survived it. Half starved and exhausted, we finally arrived to the country of refuge for strong, willing hands. It was there at the border the rumors began. Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás? Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás? We were finally questioned. Then they reached for my daughter. I'd heard rumors of cages, kids taken from mothers. I screamed, run, hija, run. Our lives were in danger, but they took her from me, these cold as ice strangers. Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás? Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás? They sent me away from that border. I go back every day to search for my daughter, but they've taken our children to live among strangers, but they can't tell me where. They've lost all the papers. Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás? Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás? Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás? Mi querida, hija, ¿dónde estás?
Bravo. Bravo. Way to go. Wow. So Linda, thank you very much for that song. And I want to bring on Dave Rogers. Y'all hear me, right? So Dave from the UK, my goodness, welcome. So I think this might be your first PMN song swap, Dave. So our format, yeah, feel free to exchange a word with Linda, but then tell us a little bit about yourself too and where you're coming from, especially because this is your first time at one of these swaps.
Yeah, great song. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, and well, I come from work with Banner Theatre in Birmingham, and we also do a song swap in Brum, which is something we do.
Oops, my bad. I made a mistake, Dave, and I've muted you by accident.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah, you're back on. Thank you, Dave.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So tell us about you and tell us about what you heard in that song too.
I thought it was great. Really, really nice song. Yeah, it was brilliant. And it's great to hear all this variety of songs. We have a song swap in Birmingham, and it for the first time, because we used to do it in a pub before the pandemic, but since the pandemic we've gone viral and online, and we're getting lots of people from other parts of the world listening in, which is great. I work with Banner Theatre in Birmingham, political theatre company. We work with trade unions and campaigning groups. Over the pandemic, we've been writing songs which we call video ballads, which we interview campaigning groups or people in struggle, write a song and put it up on the web. And you can see some of our stuff on YouTube on the Banner 111 headline. One of the songs, what I'm going to do tonight, we had a request from the Indian Workers Association in Birmingham. I've got some friends in the IWA, and they said, why don't you write a song about the Indian farmers dispute, which I knew nothing about whatsoever. And then I discovered that there's this incredible, massive campaign going on with Indian farmers, which make up 50% of the working population in India, fighting against the neoliberalization of agriculture and the attempts to clear out all the small farmers and bring in the big farming corporations. And the struggle in India is amazing. It's the biggest strike in history. There was a general strike earlier in the year which mobilized 250 million people in support. And of course it's all over the news. I'm sure it is in the USA as well. That's an ironic statement, by the way. This song is called Zindabad, which means rise up, resist, fight back, whatever you like. And it goes like this. We are the farmers, we come from near and far. We come from Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Amritsar. We come from Haryana, Punjab and Rajasthan. We're here and we're drawn a line in the sand. Moni, are you listening? We are not afraid. 200,000 tractors cross your barricades. Red, green and yellow, turbans in the sun. A tidal wave of workers, our fight has begun. We march to Delhi, we march across the land. Farmers, workers, Zindabad. We march together, united we stand. Farmers, workers, Zindabad. Feed the hungry cities, we feed the rural poor. We feed the teeming masses from Leeds to Lahore. Our rice, corn and sugar feed the people of this land. We won't let the rich rob the harvest of our hands. We will not surrender our right to MSP. Fair rates for our labour, prices guaranteed. No more suicide, poverty or death. At last the tide is turning and we have no regrets. We march to Delhi, we march across the land. Farmers, workers, Zindabad. We march to Delhi, to united we stand. Farmers, workers, Zindabad. Hosed us with sewage, you beat us with clubs. You tried to divide us with spies and thugs. Put spikes in the road and shut down the net. Still we stand in peace, we defy your threats. We won't bow down to multi-millionaires. Reliance and Adani, corporate profiteers. Monsanto and Bayer will not steal our land. Repeal the bloody farm laws, this is our demand. We march to Delhi, we march across the land. Farmers, workers, Zindabad. We march together, united we stand. Farmers, workers, Zindabad. Nurses and teachers together unite. Miners and dockers join the general strike. 250 million rallied to the call. The rising of the farmer is the rising of us all. All the world is watching while you scheme and dispossess. We demand a future where no one is oppressed. Narendra Modi, we are not your fools. Get out of the way, it's time for us to rule. We march to Delhi, we march across the land. Farmers, workers, Zindabad. We march together, united we stand. Farmers, workers, Zindabad.
Bravo, Dave. Wow, that's great. Well, you know, international in the sense that you're in the UK, and international in the sense of you're looking to the whole rest of the world and working class struggles everywhere. So we gotta connect more with you and your group Sing Political. Is that what it's called?
Oh God, you're going to ask me the link to songs political. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, we'll find the link,
I'm
but
from
just
Banner Theatre. I can send you a link to that. I've got a terrible memory. I can't
yeah.
remember. But our stuff is
When
on
we've had some
YouTube, Banner 111, so you can see our stuff on there. And I'll email you the link to
Great.
Sing Political. Yeah.
We'll include it here. Well, anyway, want to welcome you again and thank you for sharing the song. And
Thanks. And by the way, thank you for the advice on how to get the right sound on my guitar and voice. It was really useful.
And it sounded great. It sounded great. Yes, we always like to. There's been quite a learning curve. I've been noticing everybody's like, a lot of people are like upping the overall technical setup, myself included, or trying to anyway. Not that we want to pressure people or exclude folks, because some of this technical stuff is a little hard, but I've just been noticing people putting in some real effort into tuning it in. Michael and Nell, our next performers. So I'll get out of the way and I'll let you say something.
Hey, and we love that song, man. It sounds like we do a show about Joe Hill and the industrial workers of the world, and that song is like would fit right into the repertoire of building the one big union of everybody and going on general strike. I mean, that's what the Wobblies were doing all the time.
So let me see. Let me cut in here and kind of validate something that I think I heard. You said 250 million people.
That's unbelievable. You look on, if you look on the web, it's that is what the unions estimate the numbers. 250 million. That was the first general strike. That was last year. They had another one about a month ago. We were singing that song outside the Indian embassy in Birmingham. But it's amazing. You should look on the web. The images are just incredible, absolutely incredible. It blocked all the roads going into Delhi.
Great. Well, and you mentioned something about the news probably got to the U.S. I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
no, there's nothing here at all. Absolutely nothing. It's incredible.
Doesn't
imperial arrogance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all establishment. Company owned.
As we say, mainstream media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're living in a corporatocracy. The concepts and the names are getting so complex I can hardly pronounce them anymore.
Well, anyway, we're gonna do our song.
Before we get into our song, can we get you to send us that song? A recording of it, maybe lyrics and whatever.
If we put our address we'll put our address in the
chat.
In the chat, and if you can send it to us, we'd love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we're
can't hear you. You're muted now. Okay, let's get our 5 minutes.
We need to get going here because we only get 5 minutes. And the song we're going to do today, we're not going to perform it. We are it is the title cut off our 2020 album, and it is called Welcome Home. And it is a song we wrote about the incredible housing crisis that is going on in this country. And the song was written about Nashville, Tennessee, where we are, but it could be about any city in this country and probably a lot of cities all over the world. Nashville is getting rapidly gentrified. People are being pushed out. We have a real housing shortage here of affordable housing. So without further ado, you ready? You ready, Ben?
The video.
Here we go.
We're not hearing you.
Put the mute on.
Oh, sorry, friends. Yeah, so I guess that sound didn't come through, and I am struggling today with this because I'm using OBS to play this song, and I think I forgot to do something here.
Now, it
It
just
just
came on.
sound just came on. You gotta
Just-
roll it back from the beginning.
Oh, the sound of the video did just come on? Oh, so it wasn't there at first and then it came on.
Yes, that's right. So can we roll it back to the beginning?
Let's go to the beginning, and thank you for your patience. Sorry about that, friends.
No problem.
Let me know in the chat if it's going well.
Oh shit! Stop again.
No?
No. Okay.
Get by, still this is your neighborhood.
I know what went wrong. Here it goes again.
You've been living all your life here in this town. Now bulldozers are tearing houses down. Rent has got so high you can barely get by. Still this is your neighborhood. Welcome home. Evicted, now you're sleeping in the park. The rain and cops and no rest in the dark. Your body's feeling old, but you're left out in the cold. You need a place to live. Welcome home. This is our city, where we all dream of a better life for our family. Everybody needs a home they can call their own, here in the land of the free. You traveled from the battles in Iraq to flag waving and lots of empty talk. We will not forget, we owe you a debt. Now you've come back to our town. Welcome home. You fled your country middle of the night. Sky was black, no border guards in sight. You're building a new life for your children and wife. We're glad that you are here. Welcome home. You came here thinking that you had a shot. Now you're camped out in the Walmart parking lot, playing bars for tips, waiting for your ship. We want to hear your songs. Welcome home. We clean your hotel rooms, teach your kids in school, put our lives on the line when fires burn. We're drivers, waiters, retail.
Hey there, I got the message that the sound was off again. Is that right? I really apologize for that. Michael and Nell, you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
So,
Not very loud, but we
and the sound went off again?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Yeah, so I clearly have something messed up here in the way I'm doing that. I'm using this other program to play the videos through. and I'm feeling bad about this, guys. And you didn't hear me there because I didn't have the mic on. I'm wondering if you would give me the chance to just go to the next act, and I'm screwing up the technical side of this right now, and I'm going to try to fix that. Is that okay, guys?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Are we just going to move on? What's
Well, the thing is that I wanted to play that whole song, and I think that I need to do it a different way, and I think that if I need to take a second to set it up correctly. So we have our next act is it's an amazing song, by the way, and I'm just feeling bad that we didn't give it the proper presentation. But our next performer is actually Lydia Davis. So if you forgive me on that one, and I'm going to try to make it right here, but Lydia, hey,
yes,
how are you doing, Lydia?
I'm
you were probably trying to hear that song, and you're like, oh, it's not playing right.
Of course. I mean, I actually, they were gracious. Michael and Nell, I would be commenting on you anyway. Hi. They graciously sent me their CD a year and a half ago. So I'm officially one of their fans. And this is one of the most fine, I'm sorry, I'm going to cry. The blend of their harmonies, the accuracy of their words, and this amazing, amazing video backing up their story is award-winning, Academy Award winning. It is absolutely the best thing I've seen in many, I'm not comparing it. I will not compare anybody with anybody, because I'm certainly not going to compare that with me. Okay, so that's what I got to say about you guys. And as I said in my chat, I will hear it over and over again and keep messing up. It's fine. Go right ahead, beloved Ben. All right, I wasn't expecting to be next, so here I am, ready to go. How blessed. All right.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to post the link on YouTube to the video.
Okay.
So that anybody who wants to watch it can watch.
Okay, good. Did you hear that, everybody? Because I could barely hear.
I said I'm going to post it.
She said she's posting it on YouTube, the link, so we can all hear it again and again and again, forever and ever, till life do us bring. Okay. I think I have the right phrase. Okay. Well, I got Sing Out magazine when I was a kid. Can you believe it? I'm that old. And I wanted to say for you guys that it's really important to note that this song was written by Florence Reese. It's called Which Side Are You On? It's a union song, an early union song. And she was the wife of a rank and file organizer from the old National Miners Union in Harlan County, Kentucky. And one day in 1931, High Sheriff J.H. Blair and his deputies, who were really company gun thugs, came to her house, and one of the little girls began to cry. And what are you crying for? Asked the deputy. We ain't after you. We're after your old man. Like she wouldn't cry over that. So they poked their rifles into closets, under beds, and even into piles of dirty old clothes, and they finally left. Florence tore an old calendar off the wall and wrote these now famous verses, fitting them to an old hymn tune. And little girls, they very much, women, young women, sang this song at the Union Hall. And after the second verse, they would sing, and now let we go. So I'm going to start with the first verse, the chorus. Please join me in your own little cubicles. Come all you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell. Which side are you on? 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 My daddy was a miner, and now he's with the earth and sun. And I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won. Which side are you on? 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 They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll ever be a Union one or a thug for J.H. Blair. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? People, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, workers, can you stand it? Tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab, or will you be a man or woman? Which side are you on? 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 Workers, can you stand it? Workers, how can you work for such a scum person? But then you have to make a stand. Don't scab for the bosses. Don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize. Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, people? Which side are you on? 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 Thank you, everybody. I can't hear you, Ben. Oh,
Hey there, Lydia. I got it now, right?
yeah.
You hear me? Oh, thank you for the song. And Michael and Nell, who are just trying to with the Joe Hill tour and everything, they do that. You guys do that song a bunch, don't you? Yeah.
Now we can't hear her.
Oh, right, because she's still muted, right? So maybe this was a surprise, but
Of course, that's okay. Let's see.
that's foundational. I've got your video ready to go, Michael and Nell, and I want to go there now. And thank you for your patience.
And also, I did post the link in the chat. So if
good.
Here, they can go to YouTube.
Can follow it there as well. Yeah. I'm going to give this one last shot because, I wanted to hear the full song. Here it goes. Michael and Nell.
You've been living all your life here in this town. Now bulldozers are tearing houses down. Rent has got so high you can barely get by. Still, this is your neighborhood. Welcome home. Evicted, now you're sleeping in the park. The rain and cops and no rest in the dark. Your body's feeling old, but you're left out in the cold. You need a place to live. Welcome home. This is our city, where we all dream of a better life for our family. Everybody needs a home they can call their own, here in the land of the free. You traveled from the battles in Iraq lots of empty talk. We will not forget, we owe you a debt. Now you've come back to our town. Welcome home. You fled your country middle of the night. Sky was black, no border guards in sight. You're building a new life for your children and wife. We're glad that you are here. Welcome home. You came here thinking that you had a shot. Now you're camped out in the Walmart parking lot, playing bars for tips, waiting for your ship. We want to hear your songs. Welcome home. We clean your hotel rooms, teach your kids in school, put our lives on the line when fires burn. We're drivers, waiters, retail workers, caregivers, and cooks. We can hardly pay our way with what we earn. We will not be destroyed by the wrecking ball. This city, it belongs to us all. Children should be safe, everyone should have a place. All together now we say, welcome home. Children should be safe, everyone should have a place. All together now we say, welcome home.
I think we heard it that time.
Hey, thank you, Ben,
Yes, we did.
so much.
Thank
all
you
that,
for
your
your
effort.
patience and effort and really your calm demeanor.
Well,
I have good reason to admire that.
thank you for your patience and love, everybody. I want to bring on Eric Law onto the stage. Eric, what'd you think about that song?
Thank you, Michael Nell, for that song. It got this, it's whole strong to the tradition of this genre that I grew up with and which inspired me to write songs. And I love the imageries that puts me in the place of the veterans, of the immigrants, and of the workers in the early verses, and then end with this anthem, which I would repeat, which is really grand and wonderful. So thank you. It covered that personal touch as well as this that something that we can all sing together. And the irony of coming home in the early verses and the coming home at the end was really great. Thank you.
Thank you. We wanted to make it hopeful at the end.
Yeah.
We can do this, folks.
Yes. I do a lot of work working with not-for-profits churches to try to elbow rooms to keep neighborhood from being gentrified, and also to create affordable housing where people can live where they work. And so your song has really touched my heart. Thank you.
Where are you located?
I'm in California, but my work takes me all over the country and Canada.
Where in California?
I live in Rancho Mirage, California. Most of my work done in Los Angeles area. So.
I'm from
and
San
Texas.
Francisco, so I know all about gentrification. I grew up there, so
Oh, you grew up in California? Ah, great.
native, born San Franciscan, born there in San
Ah,
Francisco, and it's a totally different city than what it was.
of
when I was
course.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally
There
different.
wasn't when I moved to LA. There wasn't a folk music scene at all. So I feel quite alone out here with all your Northeasterners in the people's music circle.
Thank you very much.
And this is so this follow really well to Michael and Neil's song. And I was looking for a song that tells the story of the working class and how we keep working and got nowhere and keep getting promises that never get fulfilled. So this is from my second album, Upside Down Town, which covers a wide range of issues. And this is Working Class Blues from that album. I got myself a job and I'm working really hard, and it feels kind of good. I got myself a job and I'm working really hard, and it feels kind of good. Until I found out that my paycheck ain't enough to pay my rent and my food. Well, the bees work hard all day. When evening comes, they got lots of honey to share. The bees work hard all day. When evening comes, they got lots of honey to share. But when I work hard all day long, I got no time or money to spare. I live to go to work, but work won't let me live. So who's living off the goods I made? I live to go to work, but work won't let me live. So who's living off the goods I made? I'm running on a treadmill while you're playing golf all day and get paid. You need money to make money. You never tell me that, but now I know that it's true. You need money to make money. You never tell me that, but I know that it's true. I got no millions from my daddy. All I got is the working class blues. I can try to rob a bank, but you catch me and mock me and lock me up in prison. I can try to rob a bank, but you catch me and mock me and lock me up in prison. But when your crooked bank did rob me, you got a raise and a big commission. You don't talk to me no more. Ever since I started asking questions of you. You don't talk to me no more. ever since I started asking questions of you. Why the millionaire's so happy, and I'm still singing the working class blues. Why the millionaire's so happy, and I'm still singing the working class blues. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Eric. So next up is Ruben Gonzalez. Welcome, Ruben.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Because I couldn't do the sound check.
Yeah, I hear you. It's coming through.
Guitar okay too? Thank you for inviting me. I thought Eric's song, this blues on minor, was so creative musically. Lyric-wise, I'm left with his comparison. He says something, if the bees have enough honey to go around, how come we don't?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, you make me think, well, the bees do it all in-house. They don't need somebody else to work for or against. They are a unit in themselves. They create, they spend, they eat, and so it's a whole natural world that works. And you know, the only thing I would say, I would love for you to have hammered the bees line anymore. Not the bees, but our thing. We don't have that kind of structure that is so contained and so like, you know, you work for it like the bees.
Mm.
But that's just, you know, something that I would say that I was expecting. I loved that line, and I loved the music and how Eric, you could go here and there. You know, you wrote something, but you are also making variations on the lines.
Mm.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
I do have a song that is in English, which is my second language or language and a half. And I want to share it with you because I want to perhaps put a challenge up. No, I know that my challenge will be this to all the writers, they are here present. And a few years ago, I thought, what is the next? What is the new mine? The new miners from the 30s? It was the miners and the workers in the field. What is it now in 2021? Those people. What are they? Can we sing a song for them? Can we write? So I wrote a song, and hopefully some of you with more ability can take that and write about the miners right outside the window. Who is suffering? And this is some kind of understated song, and I hope I can read it well. And I'll sing it like this. It's called Warehouse. And here it goes. It's 3 a.m., Lincoln Junction and I-93. On the right, a warehouse box you see. No one driving by knows what goes inside. But deep inside, I drive a car looking for things aisle after aisle. Going crazy out of my mind at the Amazon warehouse. Dreaming of my own house. It's 9 a.m., no break for bathroom. UPS is waiting right outside. And we've I've got to drive. Certain things can never stop. And after work I'll take her to the clinic, hoping they can see me. Life is much too hard, clocking at the Amazon warehouse, dreaming of my own house. It's 6 p.m. I've got to stay another shift. Someone didn't show up. I hope they do their homework and fix dinner before they go to sleep. And back at home, kick off my shoes and browse around, clicking my life away. I've been getting lost in the absolute warehouse, dreaming of my own house. Hey, Mr. Bezos, what else do you want? How can I make you happy? Are you satisfied? I work for you, I shop from you. You know many things about me. I live through you, you don't know what it's like. Deep down, I wish you were me for one day. It's 12 a.m., the traffic outside doesn't see my boss's hand touching my back. Thank you.
Bravo, Ruben. Thank you
Ben.
so much. Yeah, man. This is the world we're walking into, this Amazon warehouse world, and man, that's a great song. I'd like to hear that again. And we got Vio Lizzie. I want to actually, as our next act, Vio Lizzie, you also get the chance to say a little something to Ruben. Do you want to turn your microphone on there?
Thank you, people in the chat too.
Yes, in the chat as well. What are they saying there? Nice, Ruben. Thanks, Ruben. Incredibly moving song. Thank you. Great song. Yeah, lots of love there for you, Ruben.
Lizzie, you're muted.
Yeah. Hey, Viola, you got two devices on. You might want to turn off one of them. The one you're not using, Viola.
Is that what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mute on the other one.
But unmute yourself. So yeah, you have two devices on. So but they're both muted right now. So you have to unmute one of them and then turn the other one that you're not using off. It's just a little unmute button in the lower left-hand corner. Okay. So you're not finding that right now. What you can do, actually, we're going to go to the next performer. And Liz, you can feel free to call me and we can talk through anything. But are you there? Yeah, I'm going to turn you both. Yeah, we're going to go to the next performer right now. So it is, I'm looking at my list. Unmute yourself if you know who you are. Lizzie. It's going to be Dada Veda.
Yeah.
Dada. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Great. Okay.
You want to say a word to Ruben?
Yeah. I'm hearing some echo.
Yeah, we're okay. And go ahead and unmute yourself, Dada. There we go. Yeah, I just muted you. I'm just asking you to unmute now. Quite a collaboration with folks all over. Okay, go ahead, Dada. The stage is yours.
Okay, thanks, Ruben, for that moving song. And yes, definitely we're moving into a new kind of world, and there'll be new kind of struggles for everybody. And we have to figure out how to handle them. So thank you for that song. So about 30 years ago, it's almost exact, a very clever politician or maybe his team, I don't know if he was the clever one, they got this campaign slogan. And many of you, you're old enough to remember. He said, "It's the economy, stupid." Well, he didn't go far enough. It's not the economy, stupid. It's the system. That's the name of the song. Everybody's wondering why the poor are growing poorer. Politicians say they're giving more and more. People scratch their heads by looking for a reason. I tell you the answer, they may try me for treason. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. Tweedledee is running for election. Tweedledum says he'll give us some protection. Nobody's getting to the root of the problem. They're running around in circles without a solution. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. We're traveling together on a tiny green planet. Continue like this, there'll be nothing left on it. It's time to stop the plunder, the greed and the looting. It's time for some healing, some sharing and some caring. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. You talk about raising the poor from the gutter, then take a look around you at the fat cat's clutter. He can live without his Rolls Royce, luxury toys. There'll be enough for all our boys and girls. It's the system, people. It's the system, people, yeah. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. It's the system, people. So there it is. It's the system. Thank you very much. And while
Bravo!
Thank you. While I had the stage, let me say one thing. There are very many great songs here. Like one we mentioned, one of them is an award winner. If you want to be an award winner, I have a contest which my organization runs every year, and Ben knows about it. It's called Songs for Social Change. And we've had 3 people from the People's Music Network become finalists. We had Jason, and we had Holly Hammer, and we had Mike Glick. But maybe this year one of you guys will be a finalist, and you get to win $500. And I'll put the link there. So enter, and there's not many. It's not a huge contest, so you have a good chance. And you guys are right on the beam. You're right in the right on. It's in our alley. So anyway.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for bringing that here. And Dada, what is the deadline for that song contest?
The deadline is December 1st.
Coming right up, December 1st.
Coming right up. Yeah, and also. I think this year we may put it on suspension. We don't have as many entries, so this might be the last one for a while. So get it.
Well, maybe we can help spread the word and get some more entries for you. I'll definitely put it on the PMN Facebook page after you post it in the chat.
Yeah, and we have we put out a compilation album, and we do a lot of things with that, and we put it up on the website. So it's good publicity for people, and artists from the past have said that it helped them in their campaigns. So
thank you so much, Dada.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you one other question before we move off of you about your technical setup with that little vocal effect? What was that about? How did that work?
Yes. Here it is. Okay, so I've been streaming for 1 year, live streaming, and I picked up a lot of things. But this vocal effect, which I picked up at the end, was from when I started performing, because I went to an open mic, and there's one lady, she's singing by song, then all of a sudden she's singing harmony. How she did it? It's a pedal. It's called,
it's a pedal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pedal. It's called the Harmony Singer 2 by T.C. Helicon. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that Boss hasn't. There are many. So it's a harmony pedal because you're one guy
Got
with
it.
a guitar. What are you going to do? So you need extra stuff. So anyway,
that's great.
That's what I've been doing. So and I figured out different things. Like I'm streaming through a mixer and I put on effects and so. But
Maybe we can do a little tech workshop with you someday,
Yeah.
Dada, through the People's Music Network. I want to bring on our next performer,
Thank you so much.
Fred Stollnitz. Fred, say a word to Dada, and then the stage is yours.
Yes, thank you, Dada, for that great song that really gets to the root of things. And I was particularly struck by the verse that talks about how we're destroying the environment of the planet and there'll be nothing left. People seem to be finally waking up to that when it comes to climate change. And that's something that was addressed long ago in the song that I'm going to sing. 40 years ago, Charlie King and his colleagues in Bright Morning Star wrote the song Solar Carol. It's one of the songs that we're going to sing in the DC Labor Chorus concert on Sunday, December 12th at this same time of day. The song that was listed on the website was written by one of the members of the chorus, and he will sing that in the swap next week as well as in the concert. But Solar Carol, as I said, will be one of the songs in the concert. See the sun, how bright it shines on the nations of the earth. All who share this thing called life celebrate each day's new birth. Solar power, inexpensive energy. Solar power, inexpensive energy. Brother River, do you hear how the valley calls you down? Send your rushing waters near, let the joyful hills resound. Solar power, inexpensive energy. Solar power, inexpensive energy. Sister wind we heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plain, and the windmills in reply, echoing their glad refrain. Solar power, inexpensive energy. Solar power, inexpensive energy. How we love complexity when the answer's rather plain. Join the sun in jubilee, sing with us this joyous strain. Solar power, inexpensive energy. Solar power, inexpensive energy. Thank you.
Bravo. Thank you, Fred. All right. I'm going to bring up our next performer. Her name is Char Leahy. Char, hello. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Ben. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Fred, for that song. It's amazing that we sometimes miss what's obvious. And as you said in your song, so simple, so powerful. And it's good to hear a song like that because we need to focus on solutions more. Sometimes I think that with the increased coverage of climate change disasters, sometimes people just kind of fall into despair and shrink from even listening to the news. And so your song is an example of a solution-based approach to topical songwriting, and I appreciate it very much. I would like to use it as a segue to introduce my song. My song is called Corporate News, because I meet so many people nowadays that actually say to me, I don't watch the news. I can't watch the news. And I can't blame them, actually. And a big part of the problem is a lot of people stop believing the news. And so that creates other problems. And I wrote this song a while back, and I stopped doing it for a while because of Donald Trump's statement repetitively using the term fake news. So I didn't want people to be using, that trigger in relation to my song. So I stopped performing this song. But now I'm really realizing that the song really is more relevant now than ever, because the news is the TV news is actually more, in my view, more biased and problematical than even during the Iraq War era, which I do reference in one of the verses. So without further ado, Corporate News. CBS and Disney, distorters of reality. Plenty of gossip and nonsense, corporate news and violence. And the rich men make the rules. And ooh, how they pull the wool, and they think we're fools. Democracy is what we lack. And truth has been hijacked. CNN and Fox talking heads whose shock fair and balanced, they declare dissenting voices kicked off the air. And the rich men break the rules. And ooh, how they pull the wool, and they think we're fools. Democracy is what we lack. And truth has been hijacked. NBC and GE with the Pentagon, they shared employees to make more weapons, to make more dough. For the next war, they were a go-go. They manufactured consent. They carried the water for the 1%. They cheered every bomb falling from the sky, and they beat the drum for every lie. And the sick men make the rules. But ooh, how they pull the wool, and they think we're fools. Democracy is what we lack. And peace has been hijacked. And peace has been hijacked. Journalists who are free lead us back to sanity. They give us the facts and our history. They carry the thread of our humanity. They bring us the voices of the wise to untangle the web of deceit and lies, to shine a light on this corporate state. They give us the tools to agitate, and it's time The people made the rules, but still they're gonna pull the wool. But we're not fools. If democracy is what we lack, then it's time to take our airwaves back. If democracy is what we lack, then it's time to take our country back.
Bravo! Thank you, Shar.
Thank you,
cool. I want to bring on our next act to say a word to Shar. Bass song, and then bass song, John and Joanne Keenan can tell us about themselves and their song. Welcome, John and Joanne. Go ahead and unmute yourselves. Now, we don't actually hear you, John and Joanne. I'm not sure what the reason would be. Maybe the microphone isn't selected. That's always a possibility. So I'm going to actually go to the next performer, if that's cool. And we will...
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ben? It's
Vio Lizzie.
Yeah, you can hear me? Wonderful.
I can hear you.
Could I do
Okay,
this
so we're going to go to
sound?
Vio Lizzie, and then we're going to go back to bass song. Okay, so Vio Lizzie.
It's
a word
working.
for Shar.
I want to get it in while I can. Thank you
We go
so
with
much.
who's ready. That's right.
Shar,
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you, Vio.
Your songs are always so relevant and on point, and oh my God, we're all still reeling and hoping for the best, right? Politically. And that's what it dovetails right into my song. I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to be recording this next week. Any recommendations on any changes, let me know, because it's going to be on an MP3 next week. It's called Insurrection is a Crime. I think you all know what this is about, and feel free to join in with me to sing the chorus. It's like double lines, so you could just repeat after me. Here it goes. Insurrection is a crime. Insurrection is a crime. It's time to do your time. It's time to do your time. Jail and throw away the key. Jail and throw away the key. Save our democracy. Save our democracy. Wednesday, 1/6/21, a day of infamy on the run. Proud Boys, QAnon and red-headed crazies, 4 to 5 spouting his usual lies. And he hid while they marched Pennsylvania Avenue way to the U.S. Capitol. What a horrible day. Rioters smashed windows and doors in, out for blood to kill politicians. Tattooed shaman with horns on his head. 5 people, 1 a policeman dead. Blood spattered on rotunda statues, spears, guns, flagpoles. It was too late. Here it is. Oh, sorry. Blood spattered on rotunda statues, shirts condemning blacks and Jews. Thousands of rioters spewed hate. Spears, guns, flagpoles. It was too late. Too many of them, too few of us. They raped our bastion of democracy for all the world to see. Officer Hodges attacked by the mob, crushed in a door, saved with a sob. Awful scene played out for hours. Our voted in reps hid hour after hour. Officer Goodman was a hero, they say, leading the rioters away. Crazy's not crazy, shamans note to V.B. Pence. It's only matter of time. Justice is coming. Justice came for him. Now he's in jail. Everybody, insurrection is a crime. Insurrection is a crime. Now it's time to do your time. Now it's time to do your time. Jail him, throw away the key. Jail him, throw away the key. Save our democracy. Save our democracy. Trump, Cruz, and Hawley too, they're the insurrection crew. Trump, Cruz, and Hawley too, they're the insurrection crew. Be gone, be damned, lose your jobs. How dare you think you put the USA on the brink of losing a democracy for all the world to see? Be gone, be damned, lose your jobs. We don't condone rioting hordes or messianic lords with delusions of grandeur. Meet your maker, reap what you sow. Meet your maker, reap what you sow. Be gone, be damned, lose your jobs. You'll go down in history like Caligula and slavery. Insurrection is a crime, insurrection is a crime. It's time to do your time, it's time to do your time. Jail him, throw away the key, jail him, throw away the key. Save that democracy, save that democracy. There you go, got it in. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Okay,
yeah, let's see. So we're going to go to Paul McKenna here. Paul, how are you? It's been a while. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thanks for that song, Lizzie. I think it's about time that somebody wrote a song about January 6th, so I think you might be the first one.
Thank you. I changed the word impeach to jail him. That was the big change I had to do. So
Yeah.
that was written a while ago. Thank
I've been
you.
kind of toying with that idea, but I haven't been able to come up with anything, so good work.
Thank you.
Okay, the song I'm going to sing is called Keep Your Laws Off Our Bodies. It's dedicated or directed to the Texas State Legislature, which, as you all know, just recently passed the most restrictive abortion law in the state, which the Supreme Court allowed to go into effect. I actually wrote this song in 1990, but it's still totally current. And the other thing I would say, it's, as you'll see, it's written from the point of view of a woman. So ideally this song would be sung by a woman. Anyway, there was a bumper sticker going around in the early 90s that said, "Keep your laws off our bodies." And so I said, that sounds like a song. So here we go. Hopefully this guitar vocal balance will be okay. Keep your laws off our bodies. We demand the right to choose. We don't want the government invading our bedrooms. We ain't gonna let no politician tell us how to lead our lives. Keep your laws off our bodies and your paws off our rights. Now you say you'll ban abortion. Well, here's one simple fact. We've come a long way, buddy, and we ain't going back to those back alley, Death Valley, backstreet butcher days. You can read our lips, mister, the answer is no way. So keep your laws off our bodies. We demand the right to choose. We don't want the government invading our bedrooms. Ain't gonna let no politician tell us how to lead our lives. Keep your laws off our bodies and your paws off our rights. You say you'll determine whether I should have a child. Well, that's a personal decision, and you ain't got the right to tell me who I'm gonna be or what I'm gonna do, 'cause the one who bear and raise that child will be you know who. So keep your laws off our bodies. We demand the right to choose. We don't want the government invading our bedrooms. Ain't gonna let no politician tell us how to lead our lives. Keep your laws off our bodies and your paws off our rights. You're so full of compassion and concern for the unborn. But as for human services, all you have is scorn. With unshakable conviction for the right to life, you stand for the rights of the living. You couldn't give a damn. So keep your laws of our bodies. We demand the right to choose. We don't want the government invading our bedrooms. Ain't gonna let no politician tell us how to lead our lives. Keep your laws of our bodies and your paws of our rights. Keep your laws of our bodies and your paws of our rights. Here we go.
Bravo! Thank you very much, Paul McKenna. I want to bring up our next performer, Chris O'Connor. Chris, I'll just pull you up. Go ahead and unmute yourself if you can. Hey, welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that song. For decades, I've been involved in pro-choice movements in various states. So to see what's happening with that is pretty horrible, and to hear your song is just encouraging. So this is a song that I wrote a while ago, but see what you think of it. I know they say darkness has fallen, and I know they say there's no room at the end, and I know they say there's no point pretending. I know they say, but I have to have hope. I have to believe, I have to have faith. I'll live to see that maybe the best songs have yet to be written. Maybe the best songs have yet to be sung. Maybe the finest gifts yet to be given. Maybe the best times are still to come. And no one can know where tomorrow will take us. No one can know what tomorrow will bring. A child may lead if we only listen. A child may lead, a child may lead. And I have to have hope. I have to believe. I have to have faith. We'll live to see that maybe the best songs have yet to be written. Maybe the best songs have yet to be sung. Maybe the finest gifts have yet to be given. Maybe the best times are still to come. And is it a dream when hope is gone, to say that it's darkest before the dawn? But maybe the best songs have yet to be written. Maybe the best songs have yet to be sung. Maybe the finest gift the best times are still to come. Thank you.
It's really sweet. Bravo. Thanks. Tell us again where you're coming from, Chris.
Concord, New Hampshire.
Concord, New Hampshire. Thank you for that song. Let's hope that's true about the best songs. Like that's what we're here to try to make happen, right? I mean, like with some humility, right?
Yeah.
But I like the wish. That's beautiful. Okay, Lucas from Vancouver.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chris, for that. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, good.
Oh yeah,
good. Because like I've been deep into global warming lately, and it's kind of a blue topic, you know. So that song is sort of, it sounds to me very general purpose, you know, that okay, maybe we can get through whatever it is we're getting through, and get out the other side and have some good times afterwards. You know, I think we all need that encouragement. So the song I'm going to do here is it's basically a video that I've put together for my friend Barry Truder, and I'll just hit the button here. So if you want to see it on YouTube, there's the link. And if you're ready to go with it, I think we should just go with it. But if you need me to run it from my end here, I'm set up to go too. So.
Oh, great, cool. Yeah, I think I can do it. Let me know if it doesn't run right, and then we'll let you do it if that's the case. Okay.
Okay.
Just unmute and let me know. All right.
Okay, I'll mute myself right.
Cool. Here's the video.
Then the rain came, softly hued, roll river free, in watercolors of gray and blue, roll to the sea, feeling fateful and strangely light. Roll river free, hollow boned like a bird in flight. Roll to the sea. O river of rain, make me whole again. Roll river free, wash my body clean, cleanse my soul of pain. Roll to the sea. From trickle and bounce to a mighty roar. Roll river free. With snowy melt from the high peaks soar. Roll to the sea. Through rapids wild and canyon deep, roll river free. Past rocky swirls where the salmon leap, roll to the sea. Then flow on down to the delta wide, roll river free. In careless embrace with the rolling tide, roll to the sea. last, the day is done. Roll, river free, and stillness settles with the evening sun. Roll to the sea, then scatter these ashes on land and sea. Roll, river free, to play their part in life yet to be. Roll to the sea, so that's where I rest, wherever I roam. Roll, river free, I'll have one foot in my homeland, the other in my home. Roll to the sea.
Bravo, Lucas. Wow, that was cool. Do you want to tell us a little more about that song, that video that you created? You did the production work on the video?
Yes, I did. I had a question. I was just answering it. Yeah, so most of the footage is mine, except for the 2 shots at the end, or 2 or 3 shots at the end. And some of it, of course, I've taken with the drone in various places, and some of it I've actually just shot on my cell phone, which shows you what you can do with a cell phone these days. They're actually pretty powerful little cameras that they've got in there. And the shots are of rivers all over British Columbia, Alberta, the Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Alaska. So it's basically a collage of a lot of rivers that are still undammed and in their natural state, So and I believe we should leave some rivers that way. I was hoping that I could dedicate it to rivers, but Barry didn't want to do that, so it's just the way it is. But anyway.
Well, and so Barry Truder is the songwriter, and so this is a collaboration between yourself and Barry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
With you
yes.
doing the video work. Nicely done. Very cool.
Yeah, it took 2 years. It took 2 years to do that.
With all the video. And when did you finish the editing on that?
I finished that sort of beginning of October, around about the same time as we were doing the convergence, but it was kind of too late in the convergence to put it through. So I thought, well,
right on.
We'll just do it later.
I'm glad you brought it here. That was really cool. And I hope it played all right from my end. We should talk about that some more. But yeah, a lot of people like to do the videos to share in these spaces. And I love that too. I think it's really cool. Let's bring on Sydney. Sydney, oh, I don't see Sydney there. So we're going to... So here's it's going to be me next, and then if they're ready, we'll go to bass song afterwards.
I'm here, but I'm not singing. So.
Oh, Sydney. Okay, that's cool. Thank you for coming to be in the audience, and we welcome people to come to the Zoom room for the audience. So appreciate that. Thank you, Sydney.
Somehow I had this down as a poetry exchange, but it wasn't.
Well, we just don't have a lot of poets. We call it the Song and Poetry. See, look at this. It's actually... It says Song and Poetry Swap in the background. So it is. Do you have a poem that you want to do? We just haven't had a lot of poets is all. Go ahead and unmute, Sydney.
I'm unmuted.
Yeah. We hear you. Did you have a poem you wanted to do?
It's not of my own, but I picked one that I thought would work.
Well, I would like to hear it, and I think the others would too. And this is a Song and Poetry Swap, despite the overrepresentation of songs and songwriters. So go ahead.
Thank you. Poem is called Abraham Lincoln and the Pig. When I was very young, my father told me about Abraham Lincoln and the pig. The story is this: Abraham Lincoln and his friend rode in a carriage on a cold and rainy night, and they spoke about altruism. "There is no such thing," said Abraham Lincoln. "Nonsense," said his friend. Just then they heard terrible screams, and Abraham Lincoln looked out the window and saw a pig caught in the mud under a fence, squealing. And Abraham Lincoln jumped out of the carriage and into the cold, rainy night and knelt in the mud next to the pig and got the pig out from under the fence, and the pig ran off, and Abraham Lincoln returned, wet and filthy, to the carriage. "You see," said his friend triumphantly, "that was altruism." And Abraham Lincoln said, "No, it wasn't. I didn't want to waste time worrying about the pig." My father told me this story when I was very young, and since then I've carried it with me like an amulet against despair. Sometimes amulets don't work. 2. I could never renounce my father's name, as so many of my people have. I am too much his child. My face is his, my laughter, even my dreams are his dreams, grown larger. My roots are in his anger. Listen, sisters. Listen, comrades. I'm not consorting with the enemy. I haven't consorted in months. Some of my friends think this is very brave. Some think it is very cowardly. I think it is so much of both that it cancels itself out. 6 of one and half a dozen. My eyes are brown like my father's. I shield them behind my glasses, and sometimes see more than I want to. Sometimes more than anything else, I want to be a straight white man, to take a leave of absence from the revolution, wish it luck, promise to give it a call. Sometimes I hate the men I love for walking down the street in safety. Sometimes I smile at the men I hate because it is safer to be on their side. One day when my brother Keith was 19 and the war was still news, Pop went to the barber shop and the men were talking about draft dodgers, and they said they'd had to fight, and by God their sons would. And Pop walked out and came home and cried and kept saying over and over they'd kill their own sons. Then Keith got drafted and Pop wanted him to go to Canada. He went to Vietnam instead, and for 2 years we didn't know if he'd died or killed anyone. Then he came back and got married and had a daughter. Sometimes when I think of the revolution, I think of my niece and her daughters and all our granddaughters. Sometimes it feels warm and good thinking of them, but sometimes when I'm very tired and nothing moves, I understand those men in the barber shop, and I hate my great-granddaughters because I'm living this damned revolution and won't see the end of it. And it'll all go to them. And what have they done to deserve it? And then I think I haven't changed the world, and I'm not even a nice person anymore. And sometimes I wonder if I was ever really very nice. Sometimes I get to feeling the revolution doesn't love me. Sometimes I think it kisses me on the cheek and then sneaks out with some 19-year-old with teased hair and too much makeup. Then I get drunk and throw things and yell, "I've given you the best years of my life," and the revolution just sits there and doesn't say a thing. Papa, tell me about Abraham Lincoln and the pig. I need to cry. I can't cry anymore. Let me be little and weak while you tell me how big and strong I am. When I was little, you told me about the lynchings. You told me about the gas chambers. You even told me about the Indians, but you didn't tell me about my people. Sometimes I don't know anything. Sometimes I don't want to know. Papa, tell me about Abraham Lincoln and the pig. Tell me that the revolution is in my breasts and in my blood. Papa, tell me about the pig. Tell me how to cry again. And tell me I can do it. Thank you.
Bravo, Sydney. I'm really glad you shared that poem. When was it written and who wrote it?
By Karen Lindsay. It was, I think, in Ms. And it must have been in the 70s. It is a very old copy with Karen Lindsay's name broken in half. But clearly I needed to keep it, and clearly we need it today.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a gap between what the listener hears and what the poet intends, I think, or a songwriter for that matter. But I mean, I think what I kind of got from that was like, that feeling that you get when you dedicate your life to like a revolutionary struggle, right? And then you find that maybe the world doesn't recognize that, or actually the world not only doesn't recognize it, but may in fact be hostile to your revolutionary politics. But then you still are like stuck with this problem on an existential level, which is like you have to still live your life somehow. And like you have to face, there's no barrier to protect you. You still have to face everyday reality. That's what I got from it. So
you got that from it. I think we can get even more from it because we have been under more burdens.
You said women get even more from it because, there was some specific gender things in there too. Like the, like hating men you love because of just the unfairness of the whole situation, right? Yeah, I got that too. That was cool.
I think those of us who are oldest, I'm 82, so that's getting there. Although I go, by the way, Thursday afternoon at 2:00 California time, you can talk with Betty Reed Soskin, who is 100 and was the black woman who brought reality to the Rosie the Riveter community by saying, hey, I didn't get to build ships. I was writing on 3x5 cards. Very important perspective.
Right.
Taking my time. Thank you.
Sydney, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, let's see. I'm going to do a song now. And this is the first time I've ever sung this song in front of any particular group. And y'all are a group right now. Everybody in Zoom and everybody in the live stream. This is the cartoon that this song was based on. So you see here this character on the left wearing the Uncle Sam uniform, machine gun, nuclear weapons and stuff. He comes into the therapist's office and he says, I have 1,800 nuclear missiles, 283 battleships, 9,400 planes. I spend more on my military than the next 12 nations combined. And despite spending more every year, I still feel insecure. What does the therapist say? He says, it's simple. You have a military-industrial complex. So let's see. I thought this was such a good cartoon. It's by Matt Worker, and I think I might be saying his name wrong actually. But anyway, I thought this cartoon was so great that it deserves some kind of song. So here's a little song that I tried writing here called The Empire and the Shrink. So what brought me here, Shrink, is I started to think that someday I could fade away. I almost forget when the sun never set and the world would just do what I say. I felt so empowered when others would cower, 'cause I was on top of the hill. Each time I've been crossed, no matter the cost, I've showed that I'm ready to kill. I have the most nuclear warheads. Each one is on trigger alert. My hundreds of foreign bases are spread to maintain the control I exert. So doctor, help me, I can't understand why this power I'm wielding feels tempered and bland. Even with all my arms, my wealth and grandeur, I still feel so insecure. And be frank with me, please. I'm down on my knees. Your words come with weighty credentials. The diagnosis you give could help me to live, and I think I've shared all the essentials. What's the conclusion at which you've arrived? Can you point it out in this text? Page 902 of the DSM-5 lists a military-industrial complex. Says here that fraudsters and hacks win the biggest contracts, building jet fighters and drones. Currency goes down in the cities and towns once lenders start calling in loans. But this isn't me, Doc. It cannot be a sound and precise explanation. Just make me aware of the threats from out there, like the meddling by some foreign nations. For I have the greatest armed forces. They're key to the power I've known. Don't tell me that the world's resources are too much for one empire to own. Doc, your CV left me odd, but I see you're a fraud. You're unfit to help in my mission. I pay very well for release from the hell of the stress that comes with ambition. But this session has only made me feel more ill and put your credentials in doubt. You've overlooked that I am a city on a hill. We're done now and I'm walking out. Thank you. Okay, cool. Thanks. So that was kind of, I want to see, we skipped over bass song there, and I just want to see if bass song is still available here.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear
yes.
us? Yeah.
You guys are on.
Yeah, it's
great.
Sorry, but we had to switch computers.
Of course. Well, I'll pull you up on the screen here, and find you on the participant menu. And well, friends, you get to tell me what you thought of that song.
That was amazing. It was very well written, great lyrics, humorous. It does borrow, obviously, from what's in back of you, but it works very, very well.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, looking forward to hearing your song as well, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm John, this is Joanne, and we call ourselves Bason because we live on Cape Cod Bay.
In Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts, yep.
And I just wanted to give a little shout out to Linda Allen for her earlier song, which I thought was extremely profound and beautiful. And it ties in with work that I've been doing with children on the border. So thank you, Linda, for that song. But we're switching to a different topic for our song. This song is about the voting rights struggle of a group of people from a small town called Gee's Bend, Alabama in the 1960s. And we think the message is extremely relevant for today. So this is Cross the River for Freedom.
The Alabama River winds past Gee's Bend. On the other side is Camden Town. After Benders crossed the river and tried to register to vote, the county sheriff closed the ferry down.
Cross the river for freedom.
Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river to vote in Camden Town. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river for freedom. If we can't cross the river, find a way around. On a rainy night, Dr. King came to Juice Bend and filled the benders with hope. In a rickety old church, he shouted, "You are somebody, and you have the right to vote." Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river to vote in Camden Town. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river for freedom. If you can't cross the river, find a way around. Tricks and threats made it hard to vote, but Dr. King finally got his way. Congress passed a law to protect voting rights and lead to a better day. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river to vote in Camden Town. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river for freedom. If you can't cross the river, find a way around. On voting day, benders found a way around that river to lay ballots down. In mule-drawn wagons, in rusty cars and trucks, they traveled 40 miles and crossed a bridge to Camden Town. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river to vote in Camden Town. Cross the river for freedom. Cross the river for freedom. If you can't cross the river, find a way around. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bravo! That was cool. The very
It's a true story.
got me into the civil rights groove. You know what I mean? Like, I like that song a lot.
It's the
well,
first
friends,
of our trilogy of 3 G-Spen songs.
Hmm.
Now that I've said it publicly, we have to do all.
I have to write them down.
No, we
well,
have to-
there'll be time. Well, yes, and bring them back next week. You know, if we have space for it. I want to tell everybody that we are going to be doing another one of these song swaps next week. I'm putting the link in the chat right now. Now, we do try to get, around to a bunch of different people. We have like over 500 members in People's Music Network. So we always put the invitation out. Some people come some days and others other days. But it's cool if you sign up for everyone you're available and interested in performing at, because I just I always check who we haven't heard from in a while and sort of prioritize the people who are first timers and so forth. So don't feel guilty about signing up multiple times. It can be a really nice thing to actually have kind of a core of folks who keep coming back. So the ideas that we're trying to build this community, I think everybody, including myself, is on some kind of technical learning curve. It's really weird when you're trying to just hang out and sort of do the music thing and just be like sink into the music a little bit, and to also have to worry about all this technical stuff can be a little frustrating, frankly. I mean, for me, I focus a lot on the technical side of things, and then I'll be so focused on that it's hard for me to feel that part of me that wants to get into the songs, actually. So I empathize with everybody out there that's struggling with some of the same things I'm struggling with. But with that, I'm going to just actually stop the live stream. Those of us on Zoom can hang out for a little bit, exchange some greetings and goodbyes. It's a little past time when we said we were going to end, so don't feel obligated to stay, but you're welcome to hang out a little bit longer if you'd like. And go to peoplesmusic.org for the upcoming song swaps, and also we'll be posting Songs of the Spirit and a number of song peer critique workshop type things under the title If I Had a Song. More on that